penalties for refusing to participate in politics is that you end up being governed by your inferiors. Good people do not need laws to tell them to act responsibly, while bad people will find a way around the laws. Man, a being in search of meaning. The beginning is the most important part of the work. We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark. The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. Human behavior flows from three main sources: desire, emotion, and knowledge. A hero is born among 100. A wise man is found among 1,000, but an accomplished one might not be found even among 100,000 men. Necessity, the mother of invention. A good decision is based on knowledge and not on numbers. At the touch of love, everyone becomes a poet. Courage is knowing what not to fear. Justice in the life and conduct of the state is possible only as first it resides in the hearts and souls of the citizens. Thinking, the talking of the soul with itself. When men speak ill of thee, live so as nobody may believe them. Music is the movement of sound to reach the soul for the education of its virtue. The eyes of the soul of the multitudes are unable to endure the vision of the divine. The punishment which the wise suffer who refuse to take part in the government is to live under the government of worse men. No one is a friend to his friend who does not love in return. Love is the joy of the good, the wonder of the wise, the amazement of the gods. Life must be lived as play. There's a victory and defeat. The first and best of victories, the lowest and worst of defeats, which each man gains or sustains at the hands not of another, but of himself. Cunning is but the low mimic of wisdom. Justice means minding one's own business and not meddling with other men's concerns. He who is of calm and happy nature will hardly feel the pressure of age, but to him who is of an opposite disposition, youth and age are equally a burden. Attention to health is life's greatest hindrance. He who commits injustice is ever made more wretched than he who suffers it. Human behavior flows from three main sources: desire, emotion, and knowledge. There is no harm in repeating a good thing. The man who makes everything that leads to happiness depends upon himself, and not upon other men, has adopted the very best plan for living happily. This is the man of moderation, the man of manly character and of wisdom. Science is nothing but perception. Astronomy compels the soul to look upwards and leads us from this world to another. Honesty is for the most part less profitable than dishonesty. Nothing in the affairs of men is worthy of great anxiety. arises out of democracy, and the most aggravated form of tyranny and slavery out of the most extreme liberty. For a man to conquer himself is the first and noblest of all victories. People are like dirt. They can either nourish you and help you grow as a person, or they can stunt your growth and make you wilt and die. Democracy is a charming form of government, full of variety and disorder, and dispensing a sort of equality to equals and unequals alike. Love is a serious mental disease. The greatest wealth is to live content with little. Music is a moral law. It gives soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and charm and gaiety to life and to everything. Opinion is the medium between knowledge and ignorance. The first and greatest victory is to conquer yourself. To be conquered by yourself is of all things most shameful and vile. Every heart sings a song incomplete until another heart whispers back. Those who wish to sing always find a song. At the touch of a lover, everyone becomes a poet. We are twice armed if we fight with faith. The empty vessel makes the loudest sound. The measure of a man is what he does with power. There are two things a person should never be angry at: what they can help and what they cannot. No man should bring children into the world who is unwilling to persevere to the end in their nature and education. Death is not the worst that can happen to men. This city is what it is because our citizens are what they are. Let parents bequeath to their children not riches, but the spirit of reverence. There will be no end to the troubles of states, or of humanity itself, till philosophers become kings in this world, or till those we now call kings and rulers really and truly become philosophers, and political power and philosophy thus come into the same hands. There are three classes of men: lovers of wisdom, lovers of honor, and lovers of gain. The direction in which education starts a man will determine his future in life. Knowledge becomes evil if the aim be not virtuous. Poetry is nearer to vital truth than history. Knowledge without justice ought to be called cunning rather than wisdom. If a man neglects education, he walks lame to the end of his life. The God of love lives in a state of need. It is a need. It is an urge. It is a homeostatic imbalance. Like hunger and thirst, it's almost impossible to stamp out. Ignorance, the root and stem of all evil.